or two, I think the last day of Drupa today. So a particular welcome to the Horizon stand today. Now, what we're going to be talking about is a flexible book production system. And you can see from the stand, this is what it's all about. Flexible is our key word here. And it's flexible because we're going to be showing you two workflows. We are going to be showing you an offset workflow, and we're going to be showing you a digital workflow. And we're also going to be showing you how quickly you can change between the two workflows. The really interesting thing, though, is that the finishing is the same for both. Now, for offset, we're going to be using the fully automated AFC 746F V1 folding system, folding 16-page signatures and processing conventionally in the high-performance CAMS 4000S perfect binding line. And for digital, we're going to be using the Hunkeler system, which is over here to my left and to your right, which unwinds, cuts and folds for a printed roll and delivers complete signature book blocks to the very same CAMS 4000S, from which we will be producing perfect bound books. Now, we are currently in offset mode, and Amy has some books that are freshly finished, and I'm sure you'll be able to see the quality of those.
Well, thanks, David. So today we'll produce three very different kinds of books. This A4 book includes photos of architecture designed by the famous Japanese architect Kisho Kurokawa. Our next book is an offset printed A5 book about the popular character Uamo. And our last book is an A5 digitally printed version of the world-famous novel A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Now, as I speak, the system is being changed from the A4 book to the A5 book format.
Okay, so with regard to the flexibility of this system, which can be used for the finishing of both offset and digital print, we want to focus on three key topics. Now, the first is sheet registration being the same for both press and finisher. Secondly is the importance of power consumption. And thirdly, how our flexible binding system can meet the requirements of both offset and digital print. Now, the significant difference with our system is that you think about the entire workflow, pre-press, press, and post-press from the very beginning, arranging the impositions with consideration to post-press capabilities.
So let's focus on the offset workflow first. If you take a look at this monitor, you will see the sheets which are printed at the Komori booth located in Hall 15 on the Komori Lithrone G40P 8-color perfecting press and drying with HUV technology. For the A4 book, a 16-page format is impositioned on an SRA1 sheet. For the A5 book, a 32-page signature is impositioned on a 640 by 900 millimeter size sheet, and the printed sheets are then transferred to the Horizon booth. Now, because of Komori's HUV technology, you can print both sides instantly with no dry time required. And folding can occur instantly after printing, making short-run jobs with tight delivery schedules possible. And of course, the printing quality is outstanding.
Printed sheets are loaded directly to the folder after printing without the need for any extra steps such as pre-cutting. Now, for an A4 book, the AFC 746F is folding to a 16-page signature, and for an A5 book, the AF 746D over on the other side is printing to a 32-page signature. Now look at how the impositions are arranged, so that sheet registration for both press and folder are the same, and the folder and binder will run smoothly to produce a quality finish. Now to show you, you're going to see plenty of traditional workflows with pre-press, press, and post-press all working independently. But understanding all phases of production from the very beginning will help you improve efficiencies enormously.
So now let's look at the folder. This is the Horizon AFC 746F fully automated V1 folder, which is based on the same concept as our V2 format machine. It's quick and easy to set up, delivering flexible production. And as you can see, the folder is already running, so let's look at some key features with our live camera. Looking at the touchscreen, setup of the folder is very simple. Just select a fold pattern and input the sheet size. Virtually all settings will be completed automatically. Now this is the thickness caliper. Roller gaps are set automatically by simply placing a single sheet of the paper stock in the caliper. And over here we have the PC monitor. This system is linked to Horizon's PXNet workflow system, which handles both setup and job management. Also, job status can be monitored even from a tablet device like an iPad. So busy managers can check their job status even while running their shop floors. Talk about a time-saving feature.
Now the changeover to A5 is nearly complete, 326. I'd like you throughout this presentation to keep your eye on this time display, which is on the system minder. That we're at 335 at the moment, so I need to check, are we ready to? We are, everything is fine. Set up, I'm guessing okay.
All right, sounds good. Well, next, let's talk about power consumption. Ecology is important, and reducing power consumption is required in the printing industry. As a first step, we should understand our current power usage. So if you look at this monitor, you will see a chart showing the power consumption for all the equipment in our demonstration today. Now, which of you happens to know how much power is actually used to run your equipment? Well, our proposal is let's understand our current power consumption to see where it can be reduced.
So let's just take a moment now to look at the PXN workflow system, which is managing the entire process. We are showing a full JDF workflow. The order is entered into the Hyplex MIS system, and the quotation, job planning, and imposition are arranged. A JDF file is created, including preset information for the post-press machines. PXN receives the JDF file and converts it into setup information for the folder and binder. The folder and binder return job status information to the Hyplex MIS system through PXN.
Well, it looks like the setup for the CABS 4000S has been completed, so let's all check the time. 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Pretty speedy.
That's pretty speedy indeed.
Well, with this short make-ready feature, you can meet the market demand for short-run jobs, which require frequent changeovers. In addition, short make-ready will help reduce your power consumption. Okay, operators, are we ready to run? Okay, very good. Let's take it away.
Okay, so it's time for some action. Let's follow it on the monitor. Right. So this is our first stage. This is the gathering station. This is where the signatures are gathered into book blocks. Information is displayed on a color touch screen. Now at each gathering station, an image checking camera checks for printing and loading errors. Now before the gathered book blocks are delivered into the carriage clamp, they are jogged to register at the jogging station. This will ensure the highest quality bind. And the horizon design means that even thinner sheets are jogged efficiently. Next, the clamped book block is presented to the milling section, where the spine is prepared in 2 independent stages. This will ensure a clean bind and also highest binding strength. Now, the glue is applied. 2 gluing rollers give consistent penetration of adhesive, and a side gluing station gives clean, controlled side glue application, making for a better bind. The cover feeding station is another unique horizon design, providing accuracy and reliability. And here again, we have another image checking camera checking for loading errors. There is also a supersonic sensor which detects feed errors. The cover is now attached to the book block with precision accuracy, and the square spine is formed at the nipping station. Now, Horizon's gentle touch handling design then delivers the book carefully onto the conveyor for transportation to the next stage. This is particularly important in the case of PUR binding.
The books are then advanced to the stacker. Here, depending on thickness, the books are stacked to allow maximum speed and efficiency at the trimming station. Today, they're being accumulated in stacks of 3, then transported on the cooling conveyor, which allows for the optimum curing time before being presented to the 3-knife trimmer for the final finishing stage. And you can inspect the quality at the end of our presentation. All right, so far you've seen offset production, but what about digital?
Okay.
David.
Okay, well let's turn to digital now. So this is rolled to perfect bind production using the very same CABS 4000S perfect binding line. I'd like you to look at the monitor again.
So this roll is printed on the very popular Screen TruePress Jet 520ZZ high-speed digital inkjet printing engine, the flagship of the JetPress family, at speeds up to 220 meters per minute, 720 by 360 DPI, and a dual engine configuration. And you can check this system out and others at the Screen booth in Hall 9.
The imposition is also key to this workflow, which is being organized by Screen's Equios software. The imposition is planned considering sheet registration for both printer and folder, and data are imposed efficiently without bleed trimming. Barcodes to check sheet order, cut marks for each sheet, the book separation mark and other control marks are all placed efficiently outside of the image area.
So let's look at this animated workflow showing how the book is made in this system. The printed roll is unwound, cut to length, and advanced to the AF566F digital automated folder. Sheets are folded into 12-page signatures, gathered at the stacker, and separated into book blocks for mark reading. The book blocks are then delivered into the cab 4000S through a uniquely designed interface conveyor to complete the uninterrupted digital book production. Now, this system can be used for both offset and digital printing, short runs or long, PUR or EVA, depending on your job requirements for the ultimate in scheduling flexibility. In addition, changing over from offset to digital work is quick and easy, which we're about to see.
And as we just heard, the changeover from offset to digital is complete. If we look at the time again, we're at 1 minute 38 seconds. Now that is, to use your phrase, that's pretty darn quick.
Good job.
So, operator, down the end there, are we ready to roll the system? We are. Good, let's roll.
Okay, let's take a look at the monitor again as we begin at the Hunkler system. The roll is fed from the UW6 unwinder and cut to size with mark registration at the CS6 rotary cutter. As you know, cutting accuracy is critical for final finishing quality. The cut sheets are then transported to the in-feed of the folder.
Okay, so the AF566F digital automated folder receives the cut sheets from the CS6 cutter. Now this folder is a modular system and can be flexibly configured depending on your folding requirements. Here we are folding 12-page signatures and accumulating in the PSX56 presser stacker. The stacker separates into book blocks based on an end of book mark. And here you see the uniquely designed interface conveyor. Now book blocks are seamlessly transported into the CAPS 4000S through this conveyor, through the gathering station, onto the perfect binding line and inline trimmer for complete digital book production.
So the system is now running at 1,200 books per hour, much less than the binding capacity of the binder and trimmer. Please consider the overall job efficiency, especially on shorter run lengths. Now for offset work, printed sheets are folded into 16 or 32-page signatures offline at the folder, then transported and loaded into the gathering station before binding can begin. Well, with this digital workflow, feeding from the printed roll, folding and perfect binding are achieved in just one process, eliminating the need for folding offline, along with additional labor, waste, and time.
So for higher volumes of work, offset printing followed by a conventional finishing process of offline folding, loading and gathering is often the best solution. But for these shorter run jobs, the digital workflow is both efficient and suitable. Now the best means of printing and finishing will depend on individual job requirements, something that our flexible binding system can help you achieve. Now in this presentation we have mentioned several times the importance of in-positioning to an efficient workflow, and it's worth saying once again. Consider the post-press when arranging the in-position to ensure efficient workflow from beginning to end.
Well, we hope this presentation will spark some ideas for your current and future business. A flexible binding system which can meet both offset and digital print demands will only broaden your capabilities, adding flexibility to your workflow. In-position planning will help you to achieve efficient production, and for the environment, we'll take some time to understand your current power consumption to see where it can be reduced.
Well, all of us in this hall knows just how quickly technology is changing. So what we would like to say is, don't be bound by conventional thinking and the old ways. This is absolutely key to creating a successful, profitable, and eco-friendly business.
Thank you so much for visiting the Horizon booth. Please do come and check out the systems and our finished product, and feel free to ask any questions of our Horizon staff. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much for your time. Good morning.